me, they will definitely learn in this section. So I'll be giving us like a minute so that we can actually share the links to all our loved ones, share to your friends, to your family, share to everybody. Share, share, share. Let everybody be a partaker of this amazing teaching that we are going to be impacting today. So we'll be kickstarting right now. Today's topic is 5 career decisions you will regret ignoring in your 20s, 30s, 40s. So if you're actually in your 20s, if you're in your 30s and your 40s, right, just sit down, fasten your seatbelt, and enjoy the impact we are about to distribute today. Okay, there are a lot of career decisions. So many people, so many young people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s do that they definitely regret in their 60s and 50s. So today we are actually here to break it down so that if you're in your 20s, if you're in your 30s, and your 40s, you would not make same mistakes. Okay, so before we proceed, I would like to introduce Amdo Analytics. I'd like to introduce myself and my colleague. My name is Chika. I work with AMDA Analytics as a tech consultant. So basically, what do I do at AMDA Analytics? I actually help professionals transition into tech. Those who aspiring professionals who want to transition into tech, I actually hold their hands, draw a career map for them, and make sure they transition into the right career path. Transitioning into tech is one thing, and transitioning into the right career path is another thing. So over here at AMDA Analytics, my duty is to hold your hands and make sure you transition into the career path that fits you best. So, and I have with me 2 of my amazing colleagues who will be co-hosting this section. I have with me David and I have Natasha with me. David, would you like to greet the audience? David, say hi to the audience and introduce yourself briefly before we dive in.
All right, thank you very much, Chika. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone that is on this session right now. It is nice having you, and we promise that this session will be an amazing one. It will be a session that will will trigger um, your entrance to the tech space for those that wants to transition newly. All right, thank you very much, Chika.
All right, thank you so much, David. Thank you for that brief introduction. So we are diving into the real matter. But before we dive into the matter for today, let's introduce AMDA Analytics. I know a couple of us who are actually here, we're familiar with AMDA Analytics, we know what we do. So for the sake of those joining in for the very first time, if you're a first timer, you're actually very welcome. On behalf of everybody at AMDA Analytics, you're actually welcoming you. Welcome to the team community where we actually help you to transition into a better career path. So over here at AMDA Analytics, we are committed to empowering individuals to become global talents through our comprehensive and accessible training programs. Our mission here is very simple. Our mission is to bridge the skill gap by equipping learners with in-demand skills. In-demand skills. What is in-demand skills? In-demand skills are those skills that every organization wants. In-demand skills are those skills that can actually sell you faster. So we actually here to equip professionals with in-demand skills, enabling them to make informed decisions, drive innovation, and create positive change in a tech-driven world, particularly across the African continent. So with a track record of helping over 8,000 participants, yes, you heard that right, 8,000. For those of you asking, oh, I'm done analytics, are you guys new? I've not heard about you. We've actually been in this game for a while, and we've actually helped 8,000 students, 8,000 professionals transition successfully into the tech ecosystem. We specialize in training individuals in data analytics, business analysis, AI engineering, project management, product and digital marketing, HR analytics, UI UX design, cybersecurity, data engineering, and data science. Okay, so if you actually want to transition into any of these courses I listed, AI automation, we actually have a very new hot course, and it's AI automation, right? If you want to transition into the AI space, we actually have two amazing courses. We have AI automation and we have AI engineering. If you want to be in the data space, we have data analytics, data science, and data engineering. If you want to solve businesses, if you want to help businesses solve their problems, if you want to help business identify and solve their problems, we actually have an amazing course for the business analysis. We have cybersecurity. There's a whole lot. We have 9 courses over here. Okay, so David, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Chika. Thank you very much. So right now we'll be I would want to ask you a few questions as we proceed. And then for everyone that is on this session, peradventure you have a question or you want clarity on one or two things, please don't hesitate to use the comment or the message section on this platform. All right. So now, Chika, what is one clear decision that seems insignificant today, but has the potential to completely change the trajectory of your life 10 years from now? Can you hear me, Chika?
Sorry, I didn't know I was muted. Yes, I can hear you. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So, one career decision that that can actually change today, but has the potential to completely change the trajectory of somebody's life, or let me say, of my life 10 years from now. I would say is choosing to consistently learn and develop in-demand skills. Do you get? Because in our world today, the world is actually evolving. A lot of new things is coming out. Everybody wants to be in tech. So I would say if you're actually in your 20s, if you're in your 30s, in your 40s, even in your 50s, because I've actually heard a lot of people say, oh, I think I'm too old. I'm too old. I'm in my 50s. I spoke to somebody last week and she told me, I think I'm too old. I think this thing is actually what my kids should be doing. My kids and my younger and my grandchildren. I think this is what they should be doing. I'm in my 50s. I have actually wanted to do this thing. However, I just feel like I'm too old for it. I told her, no, ma, you're not old for it. You're not old. So if you're saying, oh, I think I'm in my 40s, I'm too old. I think I'm in my 50s, I'm already old. In the tech ecosystem, they need younger people, they need people in their 20s. Just remember one thing. Whether you learn a skill today or not, your age is still increased. So if you say, oh, I'm in my 50s, I will not learn a skill, I feel like I'm too old, that doesn't stop your age from increasing. Next year, you still end up to be maybe like 51 or 52 or 53. You still add like plus one to your age. So if you don't take advantage of what you are currently doing, if you don't take advantage of the in-demand skills today, I would say choose to consistently learn and develop in-demand skills. It might seem small, it may seem like, oh, in-demand skills, this is what everybody should be doing, this is what the younger generation should be doing. But trust me, you will definitely regret later on, along the long run, maybe if you're in your 40s, in your 50s, 60s, 70s, you will definitely regret why you didn't take the school you're supposed to take when you're much younger. So the right time to start is actually now. 10 years from now, some people will be in their 40s. 10 years from now, a lot of people will be in their 50s. A lot of people will be in their 30s. So if you do not develop yourself right now, This is like literally the best time. If you do not learn these skills today, if you do not take advantage of it, if you do not take that step, because one the good thing is that one thing about tech, this is actually the truth nobody tells you. In tech, you need to start small, right? As somebody who's just done with for instance, a data analytics training, you can actually start with graduate training. Why? Because you need that experience, you need that hands-on experience so that you can learn. So imagine you do not start now. Probably you're starting maybe in your 60s and you still need like 5 more years to put yourself together. How will you get to where you will be? So how old do you think you will actually be when you're very perfect? The owner of AMDA Analytics has been in the data space for 10 years. Yes, you heard that right. 10 whole years, like that's like a decade. So imagine doing a particular thing for 10 years. She didn't just wake up one morning and become a CEO. She didn't just wake up one morning and become a data consultant. She didn't just wake up one morning and become a data scientist or a data expert. She actually started from the small. If you can actually listen, hear her story, if for those of us who have actually listened to our stories, you know she started from the small. She started taking smaller steps. So it is best if you're in your 20s, if you're in your 30s, in your 40s, you start now. Start taking smaller steps. And trust me, within few years, within 2 years, of course, you don't need to be in the 10, you don't need to wait till 10 years before you are a professional. You can actually start taking smaller steps. And maybe in 2 years, 3 years, you would actually be better. If somebody would have told me 2 years ago that I would actually be where I am now and I would become a tech consultant, I wouldn't have believed it. Because 2 years ago, I was literally confused. Like I didn't even know what to do. I was just stuck. Like it just felt like, okay, I don't know what to do. Should I do this? Should I not do this? But one thing was certain, I started. So starting is actually the very most difficult part. But trust me, once you start, everything is just like a smooth sailing. So I would say one thing that would actually affect you from now to the next 10 years is if you do not start now. Start now, start building, start learning, start equipping yourself with those in-demand skills. And of course, you can learn 2 skills. You can learn 3 skills. I met somebody who did data analytics, business analysis, and cybersecurity. No knowledge is lost. You can actually try your hands on 2 or 3 or even one and know which one suits you better. Of course, if you're coming through us, you will not have the opportunity to try 2 or 3. Because if you're speaking with the tech consultants we have at AMDA Analytics, we'll actually make sure we draw a career map for you, stating your interest with what you're actually interested in, so that you don't waste your time taking 2, 3 different courses before you can actually check which one clicks better for you. So thank you, David.
That was very insightful. Thank you so much, Chika. I just want to lay a little emphasis on some of the things you said. Um, there's no time that is too late for anyone to begin tech, whether you're in your 20s. I know a guy, he owns an edtech. This guy is in his 20s. He started his edtech. I think he should be around 28 now, and he started tech from his teenage. In fact, he refused. Um, okay, I think he has a degree, but he he has now majored. He has now made these tech skills he has learned over time as his major. He didn't allow his degree to limit him to what he can do. He has just a diploma, an ordinary diploma. Yet the access that the tech skills he learned has given him, in fact, it's beyond what he thought he will get. So there's no age that is we have children of 10 years, 15 years that their children their parent are their parents introduced to the tech space, and these children are doing very well. I know a man that is compelling his children to learn Excel, just as ordinary as Excel may look in the eyes of a lot of people. But I understand what the man is doing. He knows that there are a lot of fields, there are a lot of things you do in the tech space that requires the knowledge of Excel. So I wouldn't want to talk so much. I want us to move swiftly to the second question. All right, Chika. What are the most common mistakes that people make in their twenties, their 30s, and 40s, and how can they proactively avoid it? We have people that are 20, 30, and 40 right now. So, what are the common mistakes they've made, and what can they do to correct those mistakes or avoid them?
Okay, so I think the most common mistakes, common career mistakes people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s do right now that would actually that would actually affect them later is chasing jobs rather than chasing skills. Okay, you see people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, when you ask them, oh, what do you want to be? They say, I want to become a tech guru, I want to do this, I want to do that. You want to be all those things. Are you actually working towards it? People in their 20s, they're not even willing to take tech skills anymore. Most of the people who join our training are people in their 30s, from 30s above. In their 20s, they feel like, oh, they have enough time, there's still time, I just need to make money. Let me work first and make money. But trust me, you are working and you're working and making money. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing to work and make money. However, working and making money without direction, it will actually make you get stuck in your 30s, 40s, or 50s. So if you're in your 20s and 30s, 40s, you're actually working without direction. You're chasing jobs rather than chasing skills. Trust me, to get to a point, you get stuck. I once spoke to somebody who is actually in her 40s, and she said, oh, I've been in this company for like 12 years. In fact, I started this company when they were nothing. I started with one room with them, and now the company is big. Right now, they have offices everywhere, they have branches everywhere, and I feel stuck. They've not promoted me despite my hard work. Like, imagine being in a company for 12 years, and I feel I've been at a particular position. Whenever there is vacancy, before I would even hear it, they've actually employed somebody. The last time there was a vacancy in the operations, they needed head of operations. Before the opportunities come, even before I would even hear it, I just saw a new person and they said, oh, this is now the new head of operations. I feel bad. And she spoke to me and she said, I feel bad. I feel bitter. Is there anything you think I'm doing, I'm not doing right? And I still asked her a couple of questions. I said, okay, just run me through 10 years ago what you've been doing. And she said, oh, okay, so I studied computer science. I've actually been there this field since, like, for the whole of 10, 12 years, no professional skills, no professional exam, no professional training, no transitioning, nothing. How can you be in a place for 10, 12 years and you're not improving yourself? If I'm actually in the position of, in the position, so I don't think I will consider you. I will just look at you like you're not fit enough, you're not competent enough. You can't be at a sport for 12 years, you do not take any training. A lot of people are saying, oh, AI is taking jobs, AI is taking jobs. The smart ones now are registering for AI course. I spoke to somebody in the UK who wants to register for business analysis. And he was like, oh, after the business analysis training, I still want to do AI training so that I can get myself equipped with the AI tools so that I don't feel stuck and I don't feel incompetent in my job. Because I've been hearing AI will take over people's job. I don't want AI to take over my jobs. You can actually see this person is actually in a line, is already aligning with what he wants to do. But some people will feel like, oh, because I'm being paid 400K, I'm being paid 300K, 500K, and you stay at a spot for 4 years. There's no transition. You're not people who are not working, people who want job. For somebody like me, I already have a job and I have a good job, a good, well-paying job. It's actually a well-paying job, but trust me, from now to 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that job will not be well-paying anymore. Because that money, the money they will be giving to you, they're actually giving you right now, will not rhyme with what you're supposed to collect. And you see younger people will come and they will take up these positions, and you'll be asking yourself, why am I not good enough? That's because these younger ones, they've actually equipped themselves before they actually enter the organization. Imagine one person has taken training on data analysis, data science, and data engineer, and there's a data role. Tell me why you would not want to consider this person. You would definitely want to consider this person rather than somebody who is just like it as BS and said, oh, I studied computer science in school. I know data, at least I can use the basic of Excel. So one of those mistakes I feel that most people, younger ones, actually making is they're chasing jobs and they're not chasing skills. Mistake when you're chasing your job, it's actually good to work. I'm working and I'm up to as well. I'm upskilling. While you're working, upskill. Take trainings, regardless of whatever position you are currently working on. You can take AI trainings, you can take trainings in data, you can take business analysis training. You don't need to become a business analyst before you take all this a business analysis training, right? If you can actually solve business problem, what is business analysis? You're actually organizing, helping organization identify and solve that problem. So if you want to be relevant in the tech industry, you need to upskill. You need to make sure that you are not stuck. You don't see yourself in a position where you have actually been sitting for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. How can you be in a position for 10, 12 years without upskilling? So make sure you upskill, take trainings, take tech trainings, data analytics training. You don't need to be a data person before you take data analytics person training. You don't need to be a business analyst before you take this training. Take all these trainings, equip yourself so that when a better opportunity comes, it can actually find you qualified. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chika. That's well said. I was a copper a few years ago, and I found myself in an organization that what they are doing there isn't what I studied in school. In fact, you can't, they don't relate at all. But I was very useful in that organization just because I had skills. I know how to use tools. So in fact, I worked in all the departments of the organization. I worked with the chairman. I worked with their project manager and everybody in the organization. I didn't have a role. I was playing a free role in the organization, and it was it was it was so interesting that till today the chairman of the organization still calls me. In fact, he called me recently that he wants to embark on a project and he will need me to assist him. I actually don't know what I'll be doing, but if I I have not learned how to use the tools I was using in the organization, I won't be sorted after. So thank you very much, Chika, for that. I'm just trying to lay emphasis on um, people trying to upskill. Don't just remain in that your zone, the zone of learning one skill and staying on what you have learned alone. It is important that we upskill every time, learn new, learn the advance of what you've learned before. All right. So, because of our time, I will just go straight to the next question. All right, now, so Chika, what do you know, or let me say, how do you know when it is time to pivot careers? And what factors should guide the decision rather than fear, pressure, and frustration? Did you get that?
Okay, I would say it's actually you would know it's time to pivot career when your current path no longer aligns with your strengths, okay, your interest or your future opportunities. For instance, I'm working with an organization and I feel like at the point I feel like, oh, at this point I feel like there's no growth here. I can't grow here anymore. I can't grow beyond what I should. And I'm somebody who like growth. I don't like being stuck at a place for a long time. I really like growing. So if, for instance, you're actually in a place and you are not growing, that actually shows that it is time for you to pivot. That actually shows it is time for you to upgrade. It's time for you to upskill. If you're in a place and they're promoting your colleagues, you're not being promoted. That is actually you. That is actually them telling you something they might not want to tell you openly. It is them telling you, oh, it is time to upskill. If you're in a place where everyone's they're actually taking other people to different departments, or from instance, from a smaller department to a bigger department, and you're just there, you've been at a spot for a long time, they are indirectly telling you the time for you to upskill, the time for you to give take a professional personal development is has come. Thank you.
All right, Chika, thank you very much. I'll also say that having like minds in a circle or having people that you do the same stuffs in a circle will actually help too, because as they are growing, you are growing. iron will sharp iron, rubber will not sharp iron. So if you are with people of like minds, it's very important that you have people of like minds around you, so that they you guys will hold each other's hands and grow together. When there's an information or there is something new that is trending in that particular field that you are in, or that the space you are occupying, you will be able to grow with others. Not that if you are working solo, if you are doing solo, you just see yourself retrogressing or staying in one particular spot. And that's one thing AMDA Analytics does. AMDA Analytics expose you to like minds. AMDA Analytics expose you to mentors and the likes. So I don't know if anyone has any question. Please don't hesitate to drop your question in the chat box. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop in the chat box. I want to ask this final question for this session. All right. So Chika, if you could go back and advise your younger self, now this is very personal. If you go back and advise the 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 Chika of 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago, if you go back to advise your younger self on one career decision that would create the greatest long-term impact, what would it be and why? Do you get the question?
I get the question. You said it's personal.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say I would invest earlier in building valuable skills. Okay. I still thank God for growth. I still thank myself as well for the fact that I was still able to, to be where I am right now currently. But I would say I wish I actually invested more in myself earlier, way, way earlier. Right. So I would have invested a lot in myself, in valuable skills. I would have taken tried my hands on different skills, like different skills, not just one particular skill. Why? Because I just want to be aware of all of this. Just like what you said you actually worked in a place and you were doing different things. Because these days, organization hire you for one thing and you end up doing a lot, right? You end up doing more than what you're hired for. So especially for those of us in Nigeria, it's very, very common. You're hired as a data analyst, and along the long run, you're working as a project manager, you're working as a business analyst, you're actually doing all round, working different things. It's actually good because it actually helps you build and invest in your skills. However, if I would give myself just one advice, I would actually wish I invested more way earlier. I invested more in my skills way earlier. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Chika. It's not late to invest. You can still invest. You can still. I know you are still investing. Uh, yeah. So I don't know if anyone have any question. I've not seen any question yet in the chat box. Okay, let me just ask these bonus questions. Just one actually. Yeah. Now let's say 5 years from now, Chika, what career decision are people most what career decision are people most likely to regret not making today in the next 5 years?
Okay, so I would say failing to embrace technology, especially AI. The wave of AI now, everybody is saying AI, and some people feel like it's a joke. So people are still sleeping on AI. I'm really laughing at those who are actually sleeping on AI, right? Those who are actually sleeping on AI from now to the next 5 years. Hmm, I really don't want to put it in the way it's actually in my mind, but I would say from now to the next 5 years, everyone, especially everyone in the tech ecosystem, especially those who actually want to transition into tech, equip yourself with skills. Okay, equip yourself with different skills, especially AI. Know how to use different tools. Don't limit yourself. Don't say, oh, because it's just data analytics. No, go higher. Take advanced training. Even after you've taken the normal training, still take advanced training. Make yourself make yourself profitable. Make yourself sellable. Okay. So failing to embrace technology, especially AI, and not investing in future ready skills. What are those future ready skills? Number one, AI. Number two, cybersecurity. Number three, business analysis, data analysis. There's a lot. Data analytics, data engineer. There's a lot of skills. So just make sure you equip yourself with at least one of those skills. And regardless of anyone you're choosing, make sure you take AI. Please, I beg you. I'm begging everybody here. Equip yourself with an AI course. Thank you.
Thank you, Chika. I just remember a debate has been on online recently. Is it recently? Yeah, let me just say recently about graphic designers losing their jobs to AI. That's true. That's very true. There are a lot of AI graphic designs now. Yes, they might not be perfect now, but just give them yes. But the other side is, yeah, a lot of graphic designers use AI now to create pictures, create elements, and to even create a whole design. There is this graphic design tool that is underrated by a lot of people, but they don't know how powerful it is because it has a lot of AI tools in it. I don't know. Canva is one graphic design tool that is underrated. In fact, people abuse those that use Canva. But if you go online and see what people are doing with Canva with the help of the AI that is inside Canva, you will be shocked. Yesterday, I was just going online and I saw how you can add Gemini AI to Canva to create a design from without doing anything. You just put your prompt, tell it what you want, and Gemini will create a design for you in Canva. Then you can edit probably the text, adjust the text, and do. So all these things are things that people should don't sleep on. So I don't know if there's a graphic designer here. AI will not take your job entirely, but if you are sleeping and not getting yourself familiarized with these AI tools, it will take your job. AI wouldn't take jobs. AI will create more jobs for the smart. All right. So I don't know if you have anything to say, Chika, or anyone has a question. If you don't want to drop your question, you can raise your digital hand. We'll attend to your question.
Okay,
So
so this
before
session is supposed to be an interactive section. Sorry, David. It's supposed to be an interactive section. So if you have any question you need clarity on, please type it on the chat box. Or if you don't want to type it on the chat box, you can just raise your digital hands, and of course you can go ahead to speak. And just like my colleague said, AI is not here to take anybody's job. AI will only take jobs of people who are not competent. Okay, if you are not competent, you are not upgrading yourself, AI will take your job. But trust me, if you are well equipped, for somebody like me, I don't believe AI can take my job. Never. Like never. I'm saying in my full chest, AI can never take my job. Why? Because I really know what I'm doing in my job. So I don't think AI can actually take my job. AI will only take the jobs of those who are not competent. Okay. So make sure you are upskilling, and make sure you're actually on top of your case. So we have Rose. Rose, please can you unmute yourself and speak?
Yeah, good afternoon, and thank you for this discussion. My question is we're talking about AI for maybe IT people or tech. What do you see AI, or how do you see AI coming into healthcare industry? Are you
all
clear
right,
on the question?
all right, Chika, would you want
David,
to
my
go?
network broke. Can you repeat your question?
All right, Rose, can you come again?
Okay, I said, how do you see this AI coming into healthcare industry, medical side of career?
All right. Before Chika comes up, I don't know. Probably our network is not good. I will quickly want to say something before she comes up. Now, in the health sector, there is data in the health sector. people in the health sector gather data. They have records, and whether you like it or not, there are all right.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Please confirm you can hear me.
We can hear you. Please proceed.
All right. Yeah, good evening. Good evening, Rose. I hope you can hear me, Rose.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thank you for joining our section. So when you ask this question about the AI in the health sector, I want you to understand that, see, AI has come to stay. Of course, that's just the reality. It has come to stay. So what we are going to do is to advance in knowing how to use those AI tools, okay? So recently, we find out that there are some AI tools that was developed, I think either France or China that developed it, that can detect cancer and of course even treat cancer. You understand? So there are a lot of AI tools out there. However, it depends on how you want to use it. I want us to understand something. So there are AI tools. When we talk about AI, that's artificial intelligence. Okay, there are some AI tools that can help you as as someone who is in the health sector to detect some things. That means then that maybe you are going advanced in the AI space. That is when you hear about AI engineers. Okay, they can build systems that can help to detect even a cure for a certain illness. Okay, so these are the people that are now going so advanced in the AI space, that is building system. However, we have people that are working in already existing system. Let's assume for automation now. So we have people that are maybe there's somebody. Let's use that you are working in the health sector. Maybe there is this particular medication that you have to maybe give to your patients every day. So you don't need to visit that person every day, or you don't need to maybe there is process of how that medication will get to that person. So there is an AI machine that can be built. Now it will not be notifying that person that okay, so day you are supposed to receive your it's now a process. So that AI automation, that we call it then the pardon, I can't remember again, but that's something we call it anyways. So they can build that, like you can build it right now. Remember, it's already existing. So what you need to do is to build the workflow. Okay, so date, go and inform this person that he or she needs to take this certain medication, and he or she will take it maybe 2 p.m. or those kind of process. You know that it takes a lot from you as someone who is working in the health sector to move from here to that maybe that person's location, to send out the email, or to send or even call the person. So there is already existing AI engine, built engine. All you need to do is to automate it. That's where AI automation engineers comes in, right? So you can then work on that, maybe process how maybe the person, you're going to receive emails a certain day, and you're going to take the medications or prescription. So you need to visit your doctor today. So that's actually where it comes. So I want us to understand there is already existing AI engine that someone can build on, and there are some people that are already as well can build AI software, like AI engineers. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that response. So with that, my next question will be, because I know I found you on Facebook. So, and I see people now, they're talking about data analysts in healthcare or something like that. So do you have a different data analyst training for the health sectors, or is it the same thing?
Okay, so I want us to understand something. When it comes to the field of data analytics, there are common tools that we all data analysts use. Okay, so you see Excel, Power BI, SQL, and some maybe advanced, you'll be hearing Python, right? So even if I'm working as a logistic analyst, remember, I can still use these tools. Okay, even if I'm working as even as a HR analyst, I'll still use these tools. Now, as a healthcare analyst too, I'll still use these tools. The only difference there is that I'm not working. Maybe I've picked my niche to be working on healthcare data sets. Now, the advantage there for me that I've not been in the healthcare sector, that in the healthcare field, is that I don't have the domain knowledge, but you that are in healthcare field, you have the domain knowledge. Now, if I have a cancer data set I want to analyze, I have to meet someone who has a domain knowledge of health sector, how the cancer works, what this number represents, and all that. And at the end of the day, what are the tools that you're going to use? You are still going to use either Excel or Power BI or SQL to analyze or analyze those data. So I don't like it when people try to, well, we are all EdTech and we find out a way on how we can, structure things and make it very, very sweet so that people can easily purchase, right? But however, I want you to understand that at the end of the day, if you don't know how to use any of these tools, when I present maybe a cancer or even a malaria data set to you, because of course it's actually in the health sector, you find out that you can't even analyze it. You can't even find trend and patterns with that data set. So you need to understand how to use these tools. So what we do here at Amda Analytics, we try to introduce you to all this field, all this niche, right? So you can, of course, we can work with e-commerce data sets. We can work with health data sets, maybe cancer, maybe kidney problem data sets. Okay, so we can work with a lot of things, even logistic data sets. We can work with them. Maybe at the end of the day, you've known how to navigate Excel. You have understood how SQL works and how you can navigate all this software. Then you can either choose that, okay, because I'm in the healthcare and I would like really to pick my niche in the healthcare, then you can then move further analyzing data that speaks about healthcare, either cancer, malaria, kidney, everything around that area. So that's actually what I would advise anybody who, especially people that have no knowledge of any of all these career paths.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that answer. I don't know if anyone also has any question. Please raise your digital hands so that we can treat your questions swiftly.
Okay, so please, if anyone has any question, you can drop it on the chat box or you can raise your digital hands. We'll give you minutes. We're about to round up. We have just a few minutes left. So to just add to what my colleague has said, to add to what Chinere has said, okay, AI will not replace doctors, but doctors who uses AI may replace those who don't. So a lot of people in the healthcare are already scared, oh, AI replace AI take over our roles. AI is not here to replace doctors. But those doctors who actually know how to use AI, who uses AI, they might end up replacing those who don't. So we will give 1 more minute for anyone who has any other question before we go into the last segment of this section. So does everybody have any other question, any contribution, any clarity?
I actually have a question, but I can't find the guitar hand. I don't know if you can hear.
All right, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I have a question, but I've been struggling to identify my base. So can I go ahead? Hello.
Hi, Madam Larry. Please go ahead with your question. I can hear you clearly. I think he's having a network issue. All right, Madam Larry, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, I can hear you, but I think I don't know if you can.
I stopped hearing you. I guess the network is bad. So you can just
Network
type it
is
on the
bad.
chat box. Yes, you can type it on the chat box once we see it. All right, that's okay. All right, so while we're waiting for Dan Larry's question, let's move into the final section of this final segment of this section. Okay, so why should you train with us? First of all, before I'll give you the reasons why you should train with us at AMDA Analytics, I would like to tell you the 8 courses we have. We have 9 courses. We have AI engineering, AI automation, data engineering, data science, data analytics, project management, business analysis, and HR analytics. Okay, so if you are interested in transitioning into any of these courses I mentioned, please reach out to us. Reach out to us. You can actually reach out to us. We would call you. Okay, reach out to us, and of course, we'll share the link. We'll share the link to a form here on the chat box. My colleagues will share the link to it, the form in the chat box. So if you're interested in, you want to talk to us, you want to have a free consultation with us, you want to talk to any of my colleagues, you want to talk to the CEO, you want to talk to myself, you want to talk to anybody at all at Amda Analytics, please fill the chat box immediately after this call. Please fill the form immediately after this call. We'll definitely reach out to you, we'll call you so that we can actually have a one-on-one consultation, and it's actually free. It's totally okay. Rose has her hands up. Rose, do you
I'm
see
sorry.
Crystal?
No, yeah, yeah. Just like as you are saying, this is not a question. I see that from your website, you have a flag of I think was it US or UK or something like that. Do you have any affiliation with them here? Do you guys train in here, or is your boss located here, or what's going on? Or do you help people to find job, something like that? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Rose. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just hearing you now. I can hear you now.
Okay. So you actually saw some flags. You said you saw some flags in our website. Okay, so I will tell you first of all, we are not located in the UK or US yet. However, our certificate is globally recognized. Okay, our certificate is actually recognized by American Council of Training and Development. So if you're getting a certificate from us, you rest assured you're getting a valid certificate. Okay, so like I said earlier, our certificate is actually recognized by American Council of Training and Development. So what that means is that you are getting a valid and internationally recognized certificate. So that is actually basically what the flag you actually saw on our website meant. Our CEO is not located in the US or in the UK, and we are not in the UK yet. For now, we are currently not in the UK. So that is actually what it means.
Okay.
So thank you. Does that
Thank you. Yeah. So every training that we take with you, you will give us a certificate for that.
all right? So yes, upon completion of the training, you are definitely getting a globally recognized certificate from us.
Okay.
Upon completion, yes. So once you're done with your project, and everything, you follow the due process you are supposed to. After the training, you're getting a certificate. No extra fee for certificate. Nobody's asking you to pay extra money for certificate. The money you're paying in the training fee covers your certificate. It covers every other. It covers LinkedIn optimization, CV upgrade. It covers so many benefits.
Okay. Okay. For like cyber
Yeah.
security, if I actually want to do the exam, the examination to get the actual certificate, do you guys have a different coach section for that? Or how does that take? Do you have a testing center?
No, we currently don't have a testing center, and we do not
Okay.
have a separate. Okay, we actually have our training. Our actual training will prepare you to take the cybersecurity exam. So you don't have anything
Okay.
to worry about. If you're taking our training is actually here to prepare you to take the cybersecurity exam. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome, Rose. And we're still waiting on for Damilare. So Damilare said he just wanted to ask if it's advisable to do two courses concurrently. I mean, is that practical or is it best to finish one considering your timetable, AI automation and data analytics? Okay, Damilare, I'm sure you can hear me. So I'm giving you my honest advice right now. I would not say, oh, take the two of them together. I would actually advise you, you can actually take advantage of the 90% discount offer and make payment for the two of them at once. However, don't start the two of them at once because our trainings are practical trainings. Trust me, they are practical training. Every week you'll be given assessment. Upon completion of every week section, every week class, you have assignment to work on. And that assignment alone can actually keep you busy the whole of the week. Right. That's actually what we do to just make sure that you're actually following, to make sure you're learning. So that assignment gives us a review of how far you've actually come, how serious. It's more like a test from us to you to know how good you are. So I think it would be too taxi for you to actually take two trainings concurrently, considering the fact that our training are practical training, emphasize on practical training. We are not doing recorded videos to go and watch. Of course, every class will be recorded, so you're not coming to class and watch recorded videos. You are actually doing a practical training. So it's so that's very okay. However, you have that actually allows overhead. Okay. So do we have any other questions? Does any other person have any other questions? If no question, please, my colleague has actually dropped the link to the interest form. Kindly fill the interest form. If you want to speak to any one of us, you want to speak to the team, you want to speak to myself and my colleague, kindly drop your details, fill the interest form, and immediately after this call, you will be contacted. Okay, so there are different benefits of training with us. There are a lot of benefits of training with us. One of the benefits is practical job ready training. Just like I said earlier, our classes are practical training. You are not coming here to just do theory, and go. You are gaining hands-on experience because you're actually learning from the best. Just know that if you're taking trainings at Under Analytics, you're actually learning from industry best. Okay, you're learning from industry experts. So just have it at the back of your mind that it's a practical training. And the second reason why you should train with us is industry standard tools and technology. We teach with industry standard tools and technology. For every courses you are actually going for instance, if you are taking a training with us on data analytics, we are teaching you how to use Excel, Power BI, SQL, the data analytics tools that we know will be beneficial for you in the learning with industry standard tools and technology. Another reason why you should train with us here is expert instructors and real experience. A lot of you know, just like I mentioned earlier, the founder of this training is actually of this organization is actually 10 years in data, and she's actually one of the facilitators we have here. So imagine learning from somebody who has 10 years experience. That's in the world. So you're not just learning the practical experience, you're also learning practice, you're also learning her experience. She's actually teaching you based on her experience, based on everything that has worked for her so far in the past 10 years. That is actually what you're learning. So you're actually learning from expert instructor with real world experience. So another reason why you should train with us is personalized mentorship and support. For those of us who are in our community, if you're not in the community, kindly fill the form. So immediately after the form, once we contact you, we'll share with you the link to our community so that you can join and see for yourself. We have mentorship and support, and we have a very strong community. So even if you're done with your training, after you finish your training, nobody is removing you from the community. You're still there. You still have access to asking questions. You can ask questions whenever you want, and definitely in few minutes you get a response. Okay, there is mentorship from the start of the from the first week of the training down to the last week. You'll be getting mentorship every week. Tell me which organization can actually do that for you. No organization, only AMDA Analytics. I can beat my chest and tell you, you cannot get this anywhere. I've actually worked in different tech sector, and I would tell you, over here at AMDA Analytics, we are very big on value. What we say is actually who we are. So if I'm telling you we are giving you mentorship every week, once you join the training, once you pay for the training, you are getting mentorship, weekly mentorship. Okay, another reason why you should train with us is flexible and beginner friendly. Our trainings, our courses, our classes are beginner friendly. You don't need any experience. You don't need 2 years, 3 years experience to start the training. 99% of people who join our training has little or no experience in tech, and our training took them from a zero level to a mid-level tech professional. So you don't need any experience. So don't say, oh, I don't have any experience in tech. That's not a barrier over here. Our trainings are flexible and beginner friendly. Then another reason is what I spoke about not quite long, certificate that boosts your CV. You are not just getting a certificate, you are getting a globally recognized certificate at AMDA Analytics. You're not just getting a certificate, you're getting a certificate that can actually speak for you internationally. Another reason why you should train with us is career guidance and portfolio development. A lot of people don't underrate the emphasis and underrate the benefits of portfolio. You see, in this tech industry, portfolio matters a whole lot. In fact, portfolio sells you faster. Your portfolio actually sells you faster. That's why over here at Amda Analytics, from the very first week you start your training, you're already building your portfolio. The very first week, like your week one, the training from the assignment you'll be giving in week one, while you're doing it, that is you building your portfolio. That sounds good, right? Trust me, you cannot get this anywhere. So another reason is supportive community. I mentioned that earlier. We have a strong supportive community. You can actually join. Nobody is asking you for registration fee. You're not paying any fee to join. It's totally free. Join our community, ask questions. The last reason why you should join with us is proven success stories. We have a couple of success stories. If not because of our time, I would have just listed some of them. But because of our time, just go to our website, www.amdaanalytics.io, search for yourself, and you can see proven success stories of our past students. And the last reason why you should train with us, affordable quality training. Our training is here for now is just 100K and 150K. Imagine getting all of this benefit I mentioned for just 100,000 naira and 150K respectively. Who can actually do it if not AMDA Analytics? No other person. So we have data analytics, data science, business analysis, data engineering, uh, project management, HR analytics, AI automation, all for 100,000 naira. Why AI engineering and cybersecurity is 150,000 naira. So thank you so very much. Thank you everyone for joining. If you still stay up to this time, it means a lot to us. It matters so much to us. Thank you so much. Kindly fill the form. The interest form is still on the link. It's still on the chat box. Fill the form if you want a free consultation. You want to talk to us. You need clarity. And for the person who wants to register, Larry, you want to register for 2 courses, fill the form. We'll contact you immediately after this call. Thank you so much. The interest form is actually on the chat box. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. See you in our next one. Bye.
Are we done?